Have you ever tried to make your segment longer? Well, sometimes it might be a problem, but not with bExtender. Take your segment, press bExtender, and you're good to go. If life would be that easy. Of course, there is always possibility to extend your segment in no time. It's always a good idea to be prepared earlier by setting up the Shift-E shortcut. And that's not all. If long is not long enough, you can also shift-click away over your unpleasant limit and extend your happiness to infinity and beyond. Okay, that's enough for today, I swear. Now, if you don't want to extend some segments one by one, you can select them all and do the extension step by step or with the shift to the last edge before the infinity. There's more. You can control the way you would like to extend your segment by clicking and holding Ctrl right after the Shift-E. So now hold Ctrl and it snaps to the segment you want. We can extend the arc step by step through the segments, or we can extend it all the way with the Shift key until it reaches the full circle. Okay, let's get rid of the circle for now. We don't need it anymore. And let me delete this. Now is the time it might be disturbing. There is a question to be asked. Can we extend at once multiple segments that are not parallel to each other? Of course we can. I wouldn't ask myself if it was not possible. You can check by your own, step by step, straightforward with the shift. Or we can also try shift to the infinity. While holding shift, just go with your cursor beyond the last segment of each axis and click. By the way, you can also change the direction of the extension of the segments by holding Alt key and clicking the mouse button. Now, if you want to have extra control of what you're doing, you can use the Ctrl key. So, while holding Ctrl, you can go outside, inside, and it can snap to each other. It can snap to the entities. It can snap to the end of the segments, and it can go beyond the segments. So the Ctrl key might be the most useful of them all. Now let's go even farther. Let's say we want to extend a segment by a certain value. So let's say we want to extend the segment by 10. Activate bExtender, go with the cursor over the segment you want to extend and type 10, enter. Now let's say we're too lazy to count 15 minus 5 to know the distance we want to extend. The only thing we care is that segment needs to have 15 units. So if you want to extend this, just activate bExtender, go with your cursor over the segment, type 15 and add the letter T at the end and press enter. Now your segment has 15 units. You can also add the letter T before the dimension, so it's up to you wherever you place the letter T. It works the same. Of course, you can continue using bExtender from the last segment you create. So again, activate bExtender, go with your cursor over the segment you want to extend. Now type 10, enter, and 10 again. You can also use mathematical operators. So it's like plus, minus, multiply, and division. How it works. Either way, you can select the segment or you can activate bExtender. Now check out the command line and let's enter like 5 times 2. The segment will be extended by 10 units. Enter, and here it is. The T prefix can also be used that way. So let's now select the segment, and for example we want this segment to have value of 20. So activate bExtender. You can press T now or after you type the equation. Let's just do this for now. Then let's say 40 divided by 2, enter. That's it. Now you could ask, how about plus and minus? Of course it works, but here's the little catch. If you would try to extend the segment by typing, let's say 5 plus 5, the QCAD won't let you, because right after you type plus, it zooms in, just like with the minus sign. So, in order to use those signs, you need to erase it from the shortcut. So go for Application Preferences, type Tool, tool settings, and let's search for zoom. Yep, there it is. Zoom in, zoom out. As you may see here in the shortcut section, by default, you have plus sign and equal sign bind to the zoom in. So as you select equal sign, go for remove. Also the plus sign, click remove, then apply. And the same goes for zoom out. Select the minus, remove, apply, OK. And now we're good to go. Now select the segment, call the bExtender, and let's try 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Enter. Of course, you can mix the operators, so if you select the segment, go with the bExtender and try like 10 plus 10 minus 5 times 2. Okay, hold on, let me check with the calculator because I am already lost. Okay, so 10 plus 10 minus 5 times 2. Let's say plus 10 divided by 2. Okay, let's check this out. 10 plus 10 minus 5. 15. Okay, so it's 15, but the 15 is the total length of the segment, so we have to use the letter T for total dimension. Okay, so let's go. Call bExtender. Oh, you also have to give the direction, which way you want to extend. Now, total 10 plus 10 minus 5 times 2 plus 10 divided by 2. The preview line shows us it will be 15, so it has to be 15. Okay, that already might be extremely boring for you, but I swear we're coming to the end with the mathematical operators. So the last two things from this section. Let's get rid of it and try bExtender over the segment. Add like 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, and during typing the length right here, you can say, oh, I made a mistake. So for example, the 1 plus 5 is extra and we want to get rid of the last number. So it won't be a magic if I press now the backspace. Wow, awesome. Well, as you may expect, because of the time you see the additional segment right here, it works with the multiple segments. So let's try the basic bExtend, and I don't know, 10 plus 5. It's okay, we're chilling. And does that work with non-parallel multiple segments? Yep. Shift E, 5 plus 5, we got this. And does that work with a complete mess? Yep, but it makes no sense. This is ugly. Okay, so let's get rid of it. And also we don't need this anymore. Okay, so now I'm gonna get you to the last example to show you where it also can be helpful. Let's say we have a bike wheel and we want to make a full spokes from the inside circle. So the task is to extend each of this segment outside the wheel. Well, one way to do this is to extend each of the segments if, of course, you're patient enough to do this. But as you can see, it might be a little bit painful. Of course, faster way is to use the shift key, so it's a little bit faster, so it goes through the entities. But the problem is that if you zoom out, it came across the first circle right through the outer. So in this case, the best way is first select all of the inner segments, go with the extender, and if you would click right now left mouse button, it would extend the segment inside the circle. But what we want to do is to extend outside. So now, as you may remember, we can use the Alt key. So let's just click Alt, you can zoom out, just click, and this is your spoke. So if you're interested in this add-on, I will put a link to the description to the Gumroad store and a link to the video right here where you can check out how to install add-on, I mean the other add-on, but the same goes with this one also, and how to set up a shortcut to the tool. So the next add-on I'm gonna show you is going to be really simple, and this might be a little hint. So stay tuned and see you in the next video.